So let me just quickly show you the ready-made versatile templates. Okay, so again here you have your filtering, whether you want horizontal or square videos. So let's try this. We're going to select this. Because when you start with a script, you sort of have an idea what you want to say, how you want to lead that point that you're trying to make. All right. But when you start with a template, then of course, as you go along, it will prompt you, give you new ideas. You sort of like create your script as you go along. So both ways works. Okay. For me, I found that in some cases, when I'm sort of not so clear about the ideas, starting with templates is better. But when you are clear with what you want to say, and when you have sort of a script written down, just maybe 100 words script for instance, then the stories, option 1 would be a better way to start. Okay, so let's start with this template here. So this is talking about Sunday brunch dishes. Okay, it may be good if you say you have a restaurant, and this would be a good video to consider. So here you can preview it. So what's the next point? With lots of love. This is a new menu. And then you have the price, the options. So this template will actually go very well with food related, whether it's a blog or whether it is have a restaurant. Okay, or maybe you just want to create the videos of what you have eaten. Now, although this tool is created more for business, it doesn't mean you can't use it for your own personal projects. You can do that as well. So let's start with this Sunday brunch dishes. It would also be good if you have a blog. Okay, I'm going to use this and I'm going to change this. To change the text, all you need to do is to click on the text over here, and then you can actually just go to the right over there and change it. Okay, so instead of Sunday brunch dishes, so let's say for example you are a blogger, instead of a restaurant, you can change it to, let's say, Sunday brunch ideas if you run a food blog. And if you're happy with that, you can just preview that. And let's say what else you want to change. Now you can change the font here if you want to do that. And yes, this is also related to the font. But let's say you want to kind of move this down to have a bigger, okay. For the first slide, let's do this. We're just going to leave it. Cannot change it. Okay, you can actually just put it higher or lower. Since it is semi-transparent, you can leave all the rest. But if you want to say change it to italic, you can change it as well. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. You can adjust the opacity. So I'm going to adjust this to a bit lower, so that you kind of see the background image a bit better. There's also animation where it shows you how the animation will come in. Okay, so let's preview this. Okay, looks good. So the idea is actually to create the videos quickly. Okay, and let's just show you the layers. So you can change, there are several layers in this video clip here. One is of course the text layer, and then there is a media image. So the media is actually this video of, or the image of the burger, and there's also a background. So here there are locks. So if you want to make some changes, you can kind of unlock it and then make that change. Okay, so let's preview this. Okay, so you see the light leaks over here. All this is on this layer. Okay, so since it's quite good, I'm going to leave this alone. Let's move on to the next scene. Over here, let's preview this and see what it says. With lots of love. Okay, so let's change it a bit. Let's say we're going to change, instead of, since you are a blogger, for example, instead of say with lots of love, we say with healthy choices. Okay, okay, when you select the layer, go back to edit with healthy choices. And you see that this has changed. Let's save this. And you can actually resize the text box. so that you can adjust this. And you notice that the font size will actually change with it automatically when you resize this text box. Okay. So the other things that you can change as well, for example, the template, the brand, okay, if you want to change the brand colors as well as the color. So this is a change project colors, okay. So like I mentioned, once you have selected the template, it's actually best not to mess around too much, because the people who created the templates are more artistic in nature. Now, I am not that creative when it comes to matching colors, so I generally just leave things as it is. Now, if you are better at this, then feel free to go and change it, okay, and do whatever you like, okay. So I'm happy with this. Let's move on to the next here. Now, a delicious new menu. Okay, let's just remove this. So to remove it, all I need to do is to click on this trash can icon and says remove the scene. Okay, yes. So from the second scene here, it will move on to the next scene. Okay, let's say we are doing an article for your blog. Let's remove this. We don't want to put the price there. Just select this and click on delete on the keyboard. It's done. It's deleted. So this is the layers, Lazy Sunday Brunch. Let's move this down. Let's say I want to move this to the top. So go to layers with warm waffles. So I'll move this up. Okay, let's preview this first. Okay, here the text is a bit too much. So let's change it. Go back to edit. Is there a space there? It's not a space, okay, but we can make this smaller. Okay, let's change the position here, okay. Okay, let's preview this. Looks good. Okay, so then you can move on to your next scene. Okay, and let's do this again. Let's delete the price. Basically what I've done is I've just selected this and click on delete on my keyboard. The text is there. Okay, so you can actually arrange the images from based on the layers. It's just like in a sense, it's like a graphics editor. Okay, you can move the layers here. So this is the text here. So I'm going to just drag it up to the top. So it's on top. Classic French toast with sliced bananas and berries. So let's change this. Lazy. Okay. Okay, so the idea is to try to make minimal changes as much as possible. That way your video project will go on quite fast. Now, if you want to say add a scene, okay, let me just do this before I show you how to add a scene. Again, let's delete this. Yes, delete this, yes. So this wording here seems is very marketing oriented. But what we want is a blog article here, right? If you're hungry, go for quiche. Okay, so let's do this. Again, let's go to the layers and move it up. You can move all these layers up and down as you like. So as a top layer, then it shows up in the top. Otherwise, it's kind of hidden. Okay, so is there? Oh, okay, there's a space there. Okay, so that's that. So let's say you want to add a scene after this. All you need to do is come to here, click on add. You can click on add here as well, doesn't matter, so you just click on add. And here, based on the template, InVideo will ask you which type of scenes that you like. So again, you notice the text, the location of the text and the pricing, so you can actually select ones that suits you. I'm going to add this scene, the one that we deleted at the beginning. So now here is the scene here. You're hungry. Lots of choices. So let's change this. Lots of choices. Okay, lots of choices for quick, simple meals. And this time, okay, let's you can actually select the font size here as well. So here either you lock it for auto resizing, or you can unlock this and let's fix the font size over there as well. So that way you have more choices. Okay, let's move this up. Okay, so and then at the end you can actually just go to the logo here and maybe put your own blog logo. So something like that. So let's move this up, and let's say you want to say duplicate this. You can just use your keyboard, Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Okay, so this is the second one. So let's change this to... Okay, I am making this up. I hope that there's no such thing as the healthyfoodlovers.com. Alright, so this goes to show how easy it is for you to create your own video. So like I mentioned over here, there's also other text that you can add if you want to do that. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's preview. Okay, it's actually blocking that. Okay, the highlight is gone. Okay, so there are other types of text that you can add. For example, you can add this kind of text. As you hover over it, you can see the effects of that text. So you can add this. Okay, so it's actually quite easy, and surprisingly, if you were to do something like this on a normal video editor, it can be quite challenging and quite time consuming. All this stuff, animation, right? Especially if you are not that familiar with your video editor. Now, no doubt some video editors make things like this a little bit simpler. It depends, again, on the type of video editor that you have. Okay, so let's see the music that's included with this video project over here. Okay, let me just put on so I can hear this. Turn the volume down a little bit. I prefer my things to be softer. Okay, looks good. So once you're kind of happy with that video here, you can just click on preview and export. And for your information, this is my first time creating a video article about food. Food isn't really my thing, so you can see that it just took me a few minutes to do this. Here you see the total video duration, 36 seconds. So if you're happy, you can export the video So what I'm going to do is continue with my editing. There's some things that I saw as I edited this video that can make some changes, and I wanted to show this to you. For example, let's say you want to change the image. Okay, you can go to your media here. You can select a different video. For example, now if you want to look for steak, you can just click on steak, and InVideo will search for the steak. But the more important is that, let's say you have like I mentioned, a blog, a food blog, and you want to upload your own images. All you need to do is click on upload here, upload your image. Okay, this is from my prior projects. Once you have uploaded the image, and you can just drag it into here. Okay, now this video here is totally different, not suitable for a food blog, but let me just show you how it's done. Okay, and I can just replace it. Okay, so now the video will have me speaking actually. Alright, so this is just to show you how it's being done, but you can upload whatever images and video that you prefer, and that will become part of your video. Okay, and if you're happy, you can just export it and you will have a short video done.